coming up on 10 years sobriety.
Wow.
And part of my journey when I started to get really bad in I call it my drinking career, and I was abusing alcohol, it was a roller coaster ride of trying to get sober. I'd be sober for 3 months, and then I'd be like, whatever, I'm good, and I'd drink again.
Like I can have one or two,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
And then I had a year's sobriety, and that's a conversation I remember having with my husband. I think I can start drinking again. And so I'd start drinking again, and it would just be a roller coaster ride of trying to stop and then thinking I can. I was angry about it. I was like,
Yeah.
why is this my lot in life? Why can't I just have one drink or 2 glasses of wine and stop?
Yeah.
I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't have that off switch anymore. So I ended up, we had an event in our marriage that was pretty intense, that he began to say, you've got to go to treatment, you've got to get help. And in my little rebel attitude was like, you can't tell me what to do. And so I fought that for a while, but there was a day where I really overdrank, and it was actually my daughter's 8th birthday weekend, and you'd have to ask her, right, what she remembers, but what I remember is that all I was on mission for was to find my next drink, and then I'd wake up with this ache inside, not just a hangover anymore. I felt my insides like really aching because they were struggling to, let's say my liver was struggling to detox all the alcohol I was consuming. So I have a spiritual life, and so my communication, that drive home, was about just realizing I needed to get help. And I know myself, I am a very independent person. Like I said, rebel a little bit. I knew it had to come from my heart. It couldn't be something that someone told me I had to do. No ultimatums, right? Because that just makes the anger, or you're doing it for someone else versus your own life. And I realized I needed to go to treatment. My daughter was 8 at the time, and she was old enough that I felt that my husband would be able to get her to school and pick her up and take her to the office and, take care of her for 30 days while I went to go get further help. And in treatment, that's when they started to talk about the continuum of care. They started talking about the program and how I would be able to sustain this after coming out of a 30-day program, because 30 days goes by fast.
Yeah.
And so sober living was something that they brought up, and it is like a halfway house. That's the old term. Sober living. It's actually now sober living experience. There's a few different names, but it's a program. It's a phase and a step outside of treatment where you are 30 days intensive, not training, but program where you're in group therapies. You're meeting with the therapist. You don't even have your cell phone. So it's really no contact with the world so that you can focus on yourself. And that next phase, sober living, is you get your phone, you have a life back, you get a job, you get back on your feet. Inside the sober living home, it's a group of individuals, whether it be male or female, that are also on their journey to sobriety as well. And so it's like life skills. You start to learn these life skills again about waking up and going to the gym versus waking up and being hungover. You're rebuilding your life. And some women, what I'm experiencing now, they've lost everything.
Wow.
And so it has truly become not just a operation of a business model. It's become a mission project to help women wherever they're at, to get back on their feet, to get further in their journey of recovery in regards to programming or going to outpatient programming or getting to 12-step meetings. That's the program I chose, was 12 steps. It's a God of your understanding. And some women, including myself, I mentioned before that I was really angry at God, that was my lot in life. Why do I have to be the alcoholic? And so I was frustrated. But now, finding my purpose, I didn't know what I didn't know. I had to go through anger. I had to go through the trial to be able to get to this other side.